Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are safe, you are well, and you are with someone you care about who also cares for you. Yeah, there's always a pickup truck that goes down the road when I start recording these days. But anyway, it is starting to feel a little bit like spring here at the house. We have plants that are starting to grow, some of them from a volunteer perspective and some of them planned. But let me show you over here where I have, these is where I had my parsnips last year, and you can see I have 2 parsnips thinking about popping out of the ground and growing as volunteer parsnips because that's what happens every year. I also have, believe it or not, over here, let me show you, I actually have some broccoli that is just volunteering itself to grow. I'm being a little careful because it's still very muddy here, but if I show you, where is it? Right here, and forgive the mess. This is some sprouting broccoli that I didn't plant, that just grew up from sprouting broccoli. It was 2 years ago we had broccoli in here. So it's been sat there for 2 years and now it's decided it's going to start growing, which is, you know, that's great. I think that's really, really pretty. Over here, I'll show you right down here, we have some irises coming up, and I also have my hyacinth coming up. I also have my daffodils coming up. And as I noted last week, I am feeling a little bit behind, but let's go and show you how things are doing. Now, obviously, I was away this week in California for the new Bolt EV drive event. Keep your eyes peeled because that's going to come off embargo tomorrow. But as you can see, the strawberries are actually really taking hold. I've got some strawberries here and there's some around there. These are my lupins. They're doing particularly well. We've got some more bulbs coming up here, and the hens and Charlie, they're not laying again. I'm not entirely sure why, but the 2 hens that had started to lay then decided it was still too cold, and the day that this goes out, my local feed store is getting some chicks in, and that includes chicks that I really, really want to buy, and I'm trying really hard not to go and buy them, although I really, really, really want to, because they've got some copper black Morans, and that's one of my favourite hen breeds, and I would love to have another black copper Moran. The garlic, oh my goodness, the garlic, look at it. It is growing up with such ferocity and awesomeness, and that makes me really happy because at this time of year, there's not a lot else growing in the garden, and the fact that my garlic is making such good progress tells me that, you know, even if something really terrible happens and I end up not doing much in the garden this year, I'm still going to have garlic, so that's good. My herbs have officially made it through the winter, I have decided. Over here, interestingly, this broccoli has gone to seed, although it went to seed and now it looks like it might be heading again. So maybe I'll actually get some fresh broccoli from it. I'm really curious about how this all works at this time of the year, because we had such a mild winter. A lot of the plants that would normally die off didn't fully die off, and now they're starting to kind of go, oh, maybe it's time for us to grow again. So who am I to question that? Same thing happening over here. Forgive the brambles. Yes, I know I need to come in and dig them. But then over here, look, again, same thing, right? So right here, that's a carrot. That's a carrot that has survived through the winter. I'm just going to put my finger down. Yep, that's an actual carrot, look. That's a carrot that has survived the winter. We've got some onions that survived the winter. And so I'm going to feel really bad about yanking them out, but I know I need to. And of course, same thing here. We've got some broad beans, some fava beans that have survived the winter. And it is getting a bit late in the season for planting fava beans. So I need to kind of hurry up and get myself ordered and sorted out. But the ground here is just so damp, so wet. I'm a little worried about putting anything in. I'm sinking into the ground just walking around and showing this to you. I haven't done anything on the greenhouse yet, and I haven't done anything more for the hens. Eventually, at some point, I need to properly sort this space out, and I need to provide them with a proper kind of play area. And I want to, I think, install a permanent fence all the way down here to give them some play room. But you can see we're still having some big winds. We've still got some big branches that are coming down. And I purposely didn't really cut the lawn much last year because I wanted to let the lawn recover, because it had a really bad year the year before with basically a massive drought. We didn't water this part of the lawn. And it's just recovering. You'll see we've got a big tree branch there that has come down. So there's a lot that needs to get done. But for personal reasons and just for financial reasons and existing in 2026, there is definitely, despite it feeling like spring, there's definitely a bit of reticence, reluctance to go out and start working in the garden. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure many of you feel the same thing, like what ifs. The what ifs, what if this happens, what if that happens, how are we going to survive? And right now it has kind of got me by the metaphorical you know what, because I don't want to be someone who puts a lot of time and investment into the garden and then I can't enjoy it. And I've spoken to family members and I've spoken to friends, and they all feel the same way. So I know it's not just me, but it can be quite debilitating. So tell me in the down below if you've had some worry about that, some concerns, and maybe we can all encourage each other to kind of chivvy on and get stuff done before it's too late in the season. Meanwhile, chickens, they are doing great. And that little feeder there, the grandpa's feeder, best decision I've made in a really long time. Anyway, thanks very much to the amazing list of people scrolling by on either side. They are the people who make this channel possible. You can join them by signing up for $1.50 a month on Patreon. You can also send us money on Ko-fi. You can send us an old-fashioned check if that is more your thing. And in doing so, you'll help us cover all of our bills. As I mentioned in 10 this week, we got a letter from the state of California because its tax stuff is really complicated. And I phoned up the state and I had a chat with them. I'm not in trouble, but when we were in California, we went to Everything Electric, or Fully Charged as it was called back then, in 2022. We were there for 2 days and we applied for a temporary seller's permit and we sold $3,000 of t-shirts. The state now wants probably about $2,000 of that. And I'd already paid sales tax. So, yeah. Anyway, that's enough of me complaining. Join that amazing list of people and hopefully you'll be there in the very near future. If you're not, and if you're already there, thank you for helping support the channel and thank you for being the positive change that you probably want to see in the world. Stay safe, tell the people in your life that they're important, lest you don't get a chance to in the future. And I will see you this time next week. Keep evolving.